And we're live! Hello and welcome, everyone. We are here and we are ready to partay, one might say. And so we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are, and, who are you playing? I'll start with myself, because I'm already talking. I will be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. He's a nobleman, a philanthropist, possible pyramid scheme deviser, but it's fine because he's a warlock. And, he has access to none of that here, unless he really wanted to fuck with time and start passing out pamphlets. But someone who would disapprove of that, I think, would be D20 Coup de Grace character. How are you?
Yes, that is me. I am playing Harlan Flipcook. He's a diviner wizard, hobgoblin, and yes, he would be very unpleased if you were to mess with the timeline in that way. Yes.
Yeah, noted.
Try to make a segue out of that.
Yes, noted that you'd be very displeased. About as displeased as Shiny Pilot, who is not here, so, I guess we don't care. But hopefully they will be with us soon. Work things came up, but, hopefully they will pass, and then we will have a Shiny Pilot. But we do currently have a Nuggetosaurus, who is playing a new character.
Yes. Hi, I'm
Hello.
Nuggetosaurus. I am no longer playing Hal, the shifter fighter / paladin. Now I am playing Wintress Gilsine, the fairy Drake Warden Ranger, who has never been on this plane before and thinks that chocolate smells like Feywild poop. So, yeah, it'll be fun.
More headcanon. Headcanon. Someone who comes up with a lot of headcanon for things, I think, is producer Trav.
Oh, Lindy, you know me too well. Hello. Producer Trav here. I certainly do. I've been doing it all day. I've been doing it pretty furiously for some weeks, actually. And the character I'm playing tonight has been a great source of inspiration for it. And his name is Lamont Quinlan, and he is and I'm still playing him because he's such a pain in the ass. I can't quit on him. Poor guy. He's an artificer who's just been through a lot, and now he's trash Batman. That's not what we call him in the game, but that's my headcanon shorthand for the creative approach to this character. Thank you.
I feel like the reason we don't call him Trash Batman in the game, or Walmart Batman, as some might say, great value Batman, is because we don't have Batman in the game.
No.
So we can't have a great value Batman.
No, and it's copywritten. There's a lot of legal stuff going on. So his name is Lamont Quinlan. He's the terror what strikes in the dark. Back to you.
Thank you. Someone who might strike at us with terror in the dark tonight would be our Dungeon Master. Deception check. How are you?
I'm doing great. Those intros just give me so much life to try and take yours away while we play this evening. So it's just, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Hi, I'm Deception Check. I'm the DM for these guys. Not that they really pay much attention to what I'm hoping for them to do, but that's what's fun. They do what they need to, and I scramble to try and make it work. Yes. So last time we were with our heroes. ? Hal and Lamont ran down the tunnel to scout ahead, and then were missing for a long time. So while they were gone, this friendly little creature, Wintress, and her little pet dragon, her gem dragon, pops up and says, "Hi, you dropped this and almost hit me," and hands them back the pack that Hal dropped off the front of the 10-foot pole, the collapsible 10-foot pole, the movable rods, and all the care package that Wendell built for everyone, because he's a very thoughtful leader of his group.
He tries.
I don't know if anyone's ever voted him leader, but he really thinks he's the leader, and so
really
sometimes
does.
Sometimes it's act like the job you want, not the job you have, that kind of thing.
Being a leader.
So, what's that?
Being a leader is dangerous.
Yes, being a leader is dangerous, especially in the Flipcloak family. Very
why,
dangerous.
and why is that, Harlan?
No point. No point. Just
I'm
pearls
just
of
saying,
wisdom from the Hobgoblin Kingdom.
a lot
the
of
Iron
decisions
Authority.
have needed to be made, and Wendell's the person who's typically stepped up to make those decisions, and no one's complained about it.
Yes. So Modron, the disco ball, rebooted itself, and after a while, when there was a no-show of our friendly neighborhood Howl and Trash Batman, they went looking for them and found a door that they chatted with, named Gem. It was a good time. They gave him some gems. He ate it, let them go through. So they continued on past the door, found an unconscious Lamont, who was out for at least 4 hours, and took him with them and headed off to the secret passage, which knocked off several days of their travel. So now we have a distinct difference in where Howl is and where the party is. So I wonder if we'll see Howl again. Upon exiting the tunnel, they found themselves a mechanical, a cyborg gynosphinx. Part mechanical, part gynosphinx, all weird and intelligent. They had to ask a question that it could not answer. And they pulled a Hobbit, and I wasn't ready for it. And yeah, so that's that worked out better than I thought it was. So they were allowed passage beyond to the massive floating island in a valley beyond. This island looks to be it looks to be the remains of a ship. A very old, very decrepit, very wrecked, but still operating planar ship. Hovering there above the valley, some several hundred feet above. The only way to it is with a ferry ride.
Because they don't like it when you take the flying carpet.
Yes, they don't allow that particular try. But then again, you didn't try to take the carpet after you answered the question.
No, because we didn't want to anger the scary, lovely cyborg gynosphinx lady.
Yes. So they took a ride on a ferry across the chasm below the floating island and arrived tonight on the dock at the base of this massive monastery. Now, one of you took a look at the ferryman. Don't remember exactly who it was that could see. Oh, it was Wintress. Wintress looked and saw that the ferryman had no face.
Demon. We're gonna have a demon party.
It was a skeletal face. Looked like a pretty crazy looking creature. Does not speak. Ferried them across, no problem, and they arrive at the dock. So you find yourself at the entryway to a large, monastery. There are buildings on either side, pathways going up the middle, and ahead of you, some hundreds of meters away, is a tall, hundreds meter tall spire that looks like it might have once been a control system for this ship when it was still fully operational. As you arrive and disembark from the ferry, a figure dressed as a hooded monk waves and tries to gather your attention. He does not lower the cowl, but he greets you as warmly as can be expected. Congratulations on finding us! The Monastery of the Distressed Body remains ever open to new prospects. I'm sure the Grand Master will find suitable uses for your bodies or your minds. May I take you to him now?
Ah.
I suppose we should see the person in charge?
It's not necessary for you to go at this time. I'm just here to welcome you. If you'd like to speak with the Grand Master, it's perfectly fine. And I mean, it makes no difference, really. We all find our way to the Grand Master eventually.
I see. Well, isn't that
But you can see yourself
delightful?
around if you wish.
Yes, we would love to look around the area.
Is your friend okay? The unconscious one.
Yes, he'll be fine.
He takes a few too many of these now and then.
Do you mind? I could possibly assist. Let it be a first warm gesture from us to you.
I'm like, well, see, the only problem with... He's not alive, but he'll be fine.
We get all kinds around here. It'd be fine. Do you mind? Might I lay hands on him?
You know what? Sure.
All right.
If I were you.
So he walks over and squats
Just
down. Now
maybe
his
look out
cowl.
for the transparent hand. That, not sure how it will react.
Thank you. Really, I'll have to take a look at that. Maybe. He reaches down and places two what look like normal hands, neck on either side
Normal hand.
of Lamont's face, and you feel a discharge of energy, clerical energy, if you will. And Lamont, you wake up.
Because I remember that he wasn't able to consciously go towards any temples, but if he wants to escape this one, he's gonna have to jump off the side. So, but it's a demon temple, maybe? So maybe he'll be okay.
You notice the arm did not react.
Okay.
And now, Lamont, you wake up. The last thing you remember is Hal clocking you, just turning around and punching you right in the temple. And the last thing you see is kind of a sad Hal punching you. And now you look up, and in this light, from this angle, you can see underneath the cowl of this creature. And I'm going to send you a message of what you see, because no one else has looked.
Wonderful. Sometimes it's
All right,
better not to look.
This is the
There's a
ferryman
look.
that I'm seeing here. Where's this coming to me? This is on the cords.
Yeah, no, it's in Zoom chat.
Where in the chat? Oh, okay. All right.
This is what you see.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, better than you, it seems. Welcome to the Monastery of the Distressed Body. Seems like yours is quite distressed as it is already.
That's, to say the least.
Might I help you up?
Yeah, that'd be great. Come on.
Gives him a hand, lifts him up. So, would we like to see the Grand Master, or would you like to explore for a little bit?
Oh, I think perhaps a bit of exploring first. Stretch the legs, you know. See the
Excellent.
lovely place. That way, if you have any questions for the Grandmaster, you already have them in mind.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, you can do it as you wish. As you wish. Just there are some areas which are off limits.
Oh, of course.
You'll see proper signage, or they'll be guarded by some of my brothers and sisters. Just don't, trespass.
Of course not.
You do not intend to.
Wonderful.
You guys throw demon parties here?
Demons?
Do I know?
Oh. No, I think that might not go down that well here.
But demon parties are the best parties.
I'm sure they are.
Is that true?
I would not know.
You've never been to a demon party?
Would he not know? I would like to insight check him.
Okay, well, it's going to be an insight check with disadvantage because you're looking at a fully robed figure
That's
with a cowl down
fine.
over its face.
Wendell actually has a little bit of insight. It's one of his few skills in life.
Okay.
Okay, well, disadvantage is a 16. If it had been straight, it would have been a nat 20.
All right. With a 16, you have a hard time discerning whether this is a lie or not.
Right.
It seems like it. So far, this creature has seemed to be honest with you, and you have no signs that you can see that would show you otherwise.
Wonderful.
Listen, if you've never been to a demon party, you have to come home with me and come to a demon party. I go to the best ones, not like those really shitty ones, that are thrown like in like the rundown places. The good ones in like the dens,
If I ever left the monastery, I would be. That's the first place I'd
You've
go.
never left the monastery?
Not since I arrived.
Oh my god. You need to come to a demon party.
We'll have to consider it, but for now, thank you for the invitation.
It's an open invitation. Anytime, just come to the Feywild, ask for like the gill scenes, and we'll be able to, show you around.
Well, if you wish, when you're ready to meet the Grand Master, just meet at the Central Abbey, which is on the map here, where I'm marking
Yes,
right there in the center by the spire.
island. That makes sense.
Yes, Central Abbey, center part of the island. We try to keep things very simple here.
Lovely. There's beauty in simplicity.
Oh, so simple here.
Oh.
It's not sinister at all.
That's so creepy.
You have a hall of records.
Books,
well,
library?
We do have some knowledge stored in the treasury, but that's on the behest of the Grand Master. You would have to speak with
A question.
the Grand Master. Yes,
Why is the body distressed? Like,
it's
is
just
it
a
in
name.
shock, or like, did something happen?
This was once a great ship,
Oh.
and it crashed. It still
so that's
works,
why it's distressed. That makes
but
sense.
it's quite distressed.
yeah.
You'd call it a fixer-upper, I think.
Is that a euphemism for your body or someone else's body?
I'm sure there's quite a few euphemisms that you could find in any of the conversations I have here.
So you're talking about a literal ship.
Yes, you're standing on a...
Yes, Lamont, you were asleep. There are mechanical components causing this island to fly.
Lamont, when you look around now with your trained scientific eye, you notice that there are metallic outcroppings. Like some buildings are built from the same metal, but they seem to have been scavenged. But there are pieces. That central spire is a shining, gleaming metal of some sort that you don't recognize. This whole place looks to have once been a ship. You see wiring running from building to building in some spots. Looks like they're all connected in some way. You see lights flashing from panels. You see lights flashing from walls for some reason, just like readouts and system check lighting and just illuminations of different types all throughout this place. Once you start paying attention, it starts lighting up all across the entire island. But when you look a little closer, all of you notice this. Some surfaces seem to have been melted and reformed into strange grinning and laughing skull artwork in different places. Just here and there. Who has the highest passive perception?
Wintress or Lamont?
Yeah, I think I do. My passive is a 16.
Okay. Lamont, what's your passive?
Don't think it's 16.
Well, that would mean I would have to get into, your favorite
No.
gaming platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would help.
Escapes me. And yet it's right on the tip of my tongue. In fact, it's loading. And it doesn't like my new browser, which is okay,
Are you using the Edge browser?
I'm not.
Oh, it doesn't like any browser other than Chrome.
I've
Or
noticed that. My
Firefox.
passive perception is 12.
Your passive perception is 12. Okay, you don't see it.
Welcome
Does anyone
to the
have a passive perception of 14 or higher?
Wintress?
Just Wintress.
Just
And
Wintress.
I think my dragon does as well. Hold on.
Okay.
Look, group
No.
was not the most perceptive group.
Hers is a 12, so
Hers is
she's not.
12.
Yeah.
Okay. Wintress, you notice movement in the dark corners all around this place. Just something flittering. And then it would hide and not be moving anymore. When you'd look, you'd see it disappear and and becomes still. You haven't really got a good look at it yet.
I don't think Wintress thinks anything of this because, like,
Okay.
being from the
'Cause
Feywild, I
Feywild,
imagine
yeah.
that happens all the time.
Okay.
And she's just like, are you sure this isn't like a demon party place? Because the vibe you've got going with like the skulls and everything everywhere, like it's very demon-esque, and I'm kind of super digging it. I really would love to be at a demon party right now.
Right. Well, you'd have to understand. I think speaking with the Grand Master would explain things more for you.
All right.
Perhaps you'd understand why demon parties aren't exactly welcome here.
Why not? They're like literally the best party you could ever go to.
You've said that, but I'm going to go about my rounds. I still have more things to do.
Of course, we'd hate to keep you longer than
Feel
necessary.
free to explore again.
Thank you.
Have
What was your
fun.
name again?
Oh, I didn't give you my name. Thank you for asking. It's so nice. I'm Lean Mimball.
Lean Mimball?
Yes,
Okay.
I will type it in.
Appreciated. Yes.
Roll 20
Thank you.
because he does have a fun name. Lean Mimball.
Mimball. Hi, my name is Wintress Gilseen. Like I said, if you're ever in the Feywild, ask for the Gilseens in the Winter Court, and we can. I'm telling you, best parties.
Thank
we
you.
know how to party.
I will keep that in mind. I hope that we all have an opportunity to do that at some point.
Oh my God, yes, that would be fantastic.
Yes, it would be. I'm going to go about my duties.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Mimbo.
And he wanders off. Speaking, now that you see him walking off, you see that there are other just groups of
Monks.
hooded, cowled monks wandering about doing different chores. Some look like they're gardening.
Oh, lovely.
Some are talking. Some have books that look like books of scripture or something that they're reading. They each have these weird kind of hooked devices on their belts, and
Interesting.
it looks like that's one. Like occasionally you'll see someone in a different cowled robe that looks a little bit more ornate, and they have a much larger hooked staff or rod, it seems like.
Okay. So, Lamont, let me catch you up. We found you unconscious in a cave. We passed through a door named Gem for the small cost of 500 gold ruby, but saved us days of travel. We encountered a part mechanical gynosphinx who asked us a riddle, to ask a question, rather, that she could not answer or had not heard. To which Wintress had a very good question that she could not answer.
I asked her what was in my pockets, and she was like, I don't know what's in your pockets. And then I was like, haha, I don't have pockets. It was great. It was a fun time.
By
You
the
should have
way,
been
this
awake.
is Wintress.
Hi, I'm Wintress.
She's from the Feywild.
And you see a 3'2" very pale woman with pale blue hair. The whites of her eyes are black, and it's got this luminescent sapphire as the pupils. And then she's got kind of like permanent frost creeping up the side of her neck and her cheek, and then across, like framing her brain, her temple area. And she's like floating about 4 feet off the ground with no visible wings or anything. So yeah, that's her.
Hey, how's it going?
Don't forget to describe your friend.
Oh yes, and she also has a medium-sized sapphire dragon that's just chilling next to her.
Like a
gives
crystal-looking
you a-
dragon.
Yeah, crystalline sapphire dragon.
Like, looks at you, and looks at the dragon.
That
Looks
her
at
name's
you.
Ilviren. She speaks Draconic, but like she can understand Common. because like I've taught her, she doesn't like speaking Common. It's beneath her, and I totally understand. It's not my favorite tongue, but it happens.
The door's name was Jim?
Jim. Yes.
Bim.
Jim, like what he likes to eat, Jims.
Gem.
Yes.
Gem. The door's name was... Got it. Hey, nice to meet you. Like your friend there, he looks expensive. I had a mechanical cat here somewhere. I know I had it. Anyway,
Has I checked all of your pockets?
She's a she.
Somewhere.
Just for future reference.
She's okay.
She's a she. Yep.
She's a she. What about you? Are you a
she, they, anything works.
Far out? Where's I know everybody else here. What happened to
She's not dead,
big
but
one.
she told us to fuck off, and so we did.
Oh, nice.
I'm smart of heart.
Yes, we were following her, and I told her that we thought she might be dead, and unless she responded, that we would continue pursuit, because we are concerned friends. And she told us to fuck off. So I said, "Thank you for the confirmation of your being alive," and we grabbed you and left. And now we're here at the Monastery of the Distressed Body.
Do you guys fight? Because in the room we found you in, there was scuffle marks on the floor. It looked like maybe she knocked her shit out.
Yeah, she got a hold of me there.
That's rough. It sucks when friends fight.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. But we're all alive. We're all here with No Face here, and out here in the big city, looking at whatever this is.
Yes, the Monastery of the Distressed Body.
Distressed Body. Let me tell you something. Where was this? 6 months ago, right? I think I got the most. Let's see. Of all of us, I think I have the most distressed body. Let's take a show. Who thinks they have the most distressed body? Quick.
Well,
I mean, come on. I'm raising my ghostly hand. I think it was
It just points back at him.
I mean, it's not a competition.
Being in the material plane has really stressed out my body. Just saying. I ate stuff that smelled like poop.
It's chocolate.
Me too. I've done that. I did that.
Very distressing.
It was chocolate. I tell them, just Lamont.
Some people are into it, but I never could get used to it. But so this is a plainer thing. You're from
Wintress is from the Feywild.
Yeah, I accidentally stumbled through a portal. I don't know how it happened. I was just playing. I was just hanging out. I wasn't playing. I was, searching for drugs. But listen, there are these really good mushrooms, okay? And you can only find them around portals, and they're really good, okay? I was looking for some, and I accidentally activated the portal, and it wasn't a fun time. And now I'm here. So, yay.
Man, does this chick know how to party or what?
Yes, she's
I'm from
been quite
the Feywild.
exuberant on our adventure thus far.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun thing. We've been kind of a dour bunch lately. And
well, it's a good thing I'm here then.
Yeah, this is fun. We'll shake things up, right?
I can liven the party all the time.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, let me introduce you around. You got the big red one here. He's a nerd for time.
Wintress has been traveling with us since before we found your unconscious body.
And then Wendell here is kind of, kind of a question mark. We're not 100% sure what's going on there. And then you got Igor.
Oh my God, yes, Igor.
Isn't he fun? He just eats everything
in
sight.
I think
human
she
factor.
She floats up and leans into Lamont. He has a Feywild aura to him. I think he might be from my place. Somewhere, maybe.
Well, if your place likes roast beef, that's probably where he's from, because
I mean, we roast beef all the time.
Man, I just think Igor's probably might be a cousin or something. And
Not
yeah,
to me,
I'm
no. He's
I'm
too
masquerade
green
by
to be
night.
related to me.
He is green. I never thought of it that way. He is. I wonder if
No, he's actually like a bluish gray.
That's true. Is it?
Depends on the light. If when
Are
there's
you
a blue light on, he
colorblind,
looks green.
Lamont?
It's the damnedest thing.
I don't know. He might be related to me, or you know what? He's probably related to someone in my court. Like that bluish gray tone. It's all the rage right now in the Winter Court.
What?
Yeah, like a skin tone. Like people love
Yes.
that.
Oh.
Speaking of, perhaps we
Okay.
should take a little walk about, see what we can find before we speak with the Grand Master. I feel like maybe we can get a gist of what's going on before.
Harlan kind of wandered off while you guys were chittering and chattering back and forth.
Wendell was
He started-
afraid to leave them talking by themselves alone.
He was looking around at walls and things. Now, you found bundles of wiring that seem to connect to all sorts of different buildings. You start looking and following it around, and you see it goes to every single building. Maybe sometimes multiple times it connects to buildings. And then you see it going over the rocks to the right of the central spire and disappearing behind it. You think it might terminate somewhere beyond. You also notice lots of scratches and writing on the walls. You saw these as you walked through the tunnels. You know that some of them are just nonsense words. Others have been identified by Wendell as infernal. Do you speak infernal, Harlan? Or
I do.
can you read infernal?
Unless it's goblin or common,
Okay.
not me, but I do have comprehend languages.
Okay.
I suppose I will go ahead and sit down and look at that because these things interest me.
Okay. Well, in the time that they were talking to each other, you had a chance to ritually cast this. And then the strange writings on the wall and the weird comments and words all start to make sense to you. You see that all across different surfaces here and there are admonitions to the monks that only service to the monastery can keep it afloat. The doubtful will be punished. The doubtful will be flayed for their doubts.
I don't like that.
And it's just lots of different reiterations of that in many different ways, in both a kind of cant that you now understand. You just kind of know what it says, as well as the infernal writing.
And these texts are just everywhere?
Just here and there. It's like graffiti.
Okay.
A lot of times you see it closest to the melted skull art that is also here and there around. Like you see different places on these surfaces. Like over time they've been added. And with that investigation check, you catch out of the corner of your eye as you're sitting there focusing and ritually casting this spell. You open your eyes and you notice that there are 15 faces looking like empty eye socket faces staring at you from the shadows. There's just enough light that it catches it and you see them all looking there. And then when they see you look back at them, they don't really transform. They flap away. And you see that these are, well, there are faces, but they're not connected to bodies or anything else. And they disappear into the shadow.
Did anyone else see that?
I'm sorry, Arlen, see what?
The faces.
Yeah, there's like faces and skulls in the walls.
No. in the shadows.
No.
Well, yeah, things creep in the shadows all the time.
Do I see the faces in the shadows? Because it sounds pretty cool. It sounds like something I'd like to see.
They flew away.
Yeah, you look into the shadows, you don't see anything there. But every time you turn from one shadow, look into another, you catch out of the corner of your eye just a slight hint of movement.
Something
We
out
should
there,
stay
Harlan?
together. Oh, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Something out there, Harlan?
Something. We're definitely being watched here.
Well, as to be expected as guests in this esteemed monastery. Let's take a little walkabout, shall we?
Harlan nods.
All right. Well, you have the map of the island. Where would you like to go?
Well, left and right seem pretty, identical.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more to the left, so perhaps we should go left?
As you're looking at this lower plateau, as you can see, it's kind of like a step system going towards the center and on the sides. As you're going to this lower plateau, look around this lower plateau, the buildings all seem to be general temple, like individual little places of worship. There's gardens, there's food production, some look like storehouses. They just look like general purpose buildings. You see the same heavily cowled and robed monks just going about work.
But isn't this delightful?
Yes.
So, like, what are you guys doing here?
We're looking for some information and...
Cucumber
perhaps
Festival.
answer. What? No, not a cucumber festival.
What's a cucumber?
Long vegetable. 12, 14 inches long. Look, is she cool? I mean, you're telling her the master plan here. I don't know the master plan, but, you know.
We're following Broomsandi. Trying to find him.
Right.
I'm very cool. Like, all the time.
Yeah.
Psychically, I'll tell Lamont. She seems alright so far, but I haven't told her what we're here to do exactly. We just said we were going to look for our friends, you and Howl, and then we found you, and she's just kind of tagged along since, and I figured since we're down at Howl, we might as well pick up a interest in it, Ilva, and so...
Just saying, she's floating. So
She is.
there's that.
There is
You know.
that, Lamont. You are correct.
Okay. Just so you know. Just
Which
make
is
sure
why we're kind
you've
of...
noticed.
Yeah, yes, I've noticed. We've all noticed. We've all had our introductions.
All right. I think I
She
could take her.
seems
She
alright.
looks to be about 85 pounds, slipping wet, soaking wet, baby. So I don't
If
think
that.
it's,
I wouldn't try. You'd probably have to deal with her friend.
Ah! Get out of my head!
Yeah, it's psychically.
Oh, fuck.
Three-way call?
What? Hey.
Like Harlan comes into the shot. Like, I wouldn't do that.
Just his disembodied head just floating in.
Oh, that would happen to me!
All right. So you as you're talking, you're moving into this area,
Yes.
past some farmed areas and gardens. The monks all, nod their heads to you. The cows are pulled down.
Politely bow back. Yeah,
Right.
nod back.
Yeah. They're very dark. You can't really see into them. You'd probably literally have to pull one
Fine,
off
they're
their
all
head
probably
to see.
skeletons, and Wendell doesn't even know that the first one was a skeleton, so he's fine. Just as is.
No, you can
like-
see their hands. Their hands look
Yeah.
fully fleshed
Yeah.
and not zombified or
Yeah, they're
or,
fine. Why would there be any problems?
or anything like that. So,
Probably just also their
um,
souls. It's fine.
do you go into any particularly one of these pyramids?
Ooh. If they're not off limits, perhaps we should take a gander inside one of them?
The big one to the east there that you're heading in towards. The doors are wide open, and you could see inside. It's well lit. It seems to be a dining hall.
Oh, isn't that quaint and lovely?
What time of day is it?
It's morning.
It's morning.
Because we saw the sunrise after we got out of the cave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. All right. And we're going to go into a pyramid.
Just poke our
A
heads
dining
in.
hall.
Yeah, like, oh, that's interesting. It's lovely.
It's a wide open space. The tables are spaced out. There's monks eating. There's the kitchen smells. You smell like, it just smells like generalized cooked vegetables. It seems maybe they do a vegetarian diet here.
Oh.
When we go in, I'm full on terror. What strikes the dark, and as we go through the door, I want to turn into Civi Lamont in the dinner jacket and tie.
Okay. You do that.
Sunglasses.
Now, Lamont.
No one even reacts.
Yeah, no one
Wintress does.
Okay.
She's like, "What did you just do?"
Ma'am?
You changed your outfit without changing your clothes. How did you do that?
Well, it's magic.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you're the first person who's ever taken any notice of it, outside of the terror I strike into the hearts of those who might prey on the innocent. But other than that, no one seems to give a shit. So I appreciate you pointing it out, because a lot of thought goes into this.
It's really cool.
Wendell will psychically tell
Thank
Lamont, please remember that we are 800 years in the past, and based on our historical research, which we're trying to blend in, because Harlan, Igor, and Wendell are all wearing the robes we packed. Okay, for you. We would appreciate if you could perhaps blend in a bit more.
What do these robes look like?
They look more. I don't remember. We saw something like wizardly, Greco-Roman.
I mean, everyone's in homespun. I wouldn't turn into a tux then, but I don't think
No. It's not really homespun. These are supposed to be approximations of the general garb of well-to-do people from the age of Arcanum, who have survived the Great Calamity and whatnot. So there's really no records of what they wore. So these are kind of garish.
Yes.
Combinations of many different materials with lots of silver and gold, like inlay and
They
threading.
probably look nothing like it, but we're trying.
Right. It's completely and utterly garish and wonderfully horrible. Like, it's as kitsch as you can get here, and it's wonderful. It's like, they're
Because, I mean, all the corpses we found so far, too, were just skeletons, so we couldn't even be like, well, what were they wearing?
And the best part is that they look like what you've seen at a play, like the outfits that the actors wear. So they're literally cosplaying people of this time. That's what they're wearing. Yeah. That give you an idea. But they're great cosplay. They're like, they're professionally done cosplay.
Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Winters is wearing like leather pants, a t-shirt, and like calf-high boots.
Probably a tie-dye t-shirt too.
Yes. Oh my
She's
God.
from the
Absolutely.
Feywild, so she doesn't.
Yes.
They kind of, and she's technically from this time, or at least the Feywild of this time. Feywild time is strange, but we are not from the Feywild.
And she, like, when you're within 5 feet of her, the temperature drops 10 degrees. It's very cold.
Literally radiating cold.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if we were in a desert.
So when you said she's cool, she literally is cool.
She's literally cool.
Okay, well then I stand by my wardrobe choices, and when Wendell sends that, message to me, I just respond like, okay, and then I start looking around the room, and just like taking what everybody's wearing. What were you saying?
So can you like anything you can think of, you can change your outfit to? Like, are there limits? Can you do whatever?
I mean, as far as it's pretty much whatever I've never done anything but, robes of inky blackness to disguise, my countenance under the twilight darkness, but
That's fair.
I could, I suppose I could do whatever I wanted, within reason.
You should put on the most crazy thing you could think of right now.
The craziest thing I could think of? I mean,
like the most
Perhaps
crazy,
after we're
ostentatious,
done with the
over the top.
monastery.
what was your winter green? Ever winter?
Wintress. You can call me
Winter.
Win.
Win. Honestly, this thing you're wearing that I'm wearing right now, this really is like the weirdest thing I could possibly think of.
Really?
I hate this jacket, and it's belted at the waist, and I feel like
It does seem like a really constricting fashion. Like,
yeah, they like it. They really seem to enjoy it. Well,
This is like a James Bond tuxedo he's wearing right now.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
perfectly
amazing.
cut. He looks impeccable. It's like the best you've seen him look. It just looks strange because you've never seen these clothes like this before. But he looks
Really
good.
cleans
It's
up nice.
strange. You feel like there should be a drink in his hand right now and a
I just
cigarette.
hate this. I just feel like I'm in this monkey suit thing. I don't know. I'd rather be scaling a wall.
you should definitely like think on it. Like, think of something like crazy, over the top. Like,
All right, let me
just,
think about it.
Like
You're giving me something to
brainstorm.
think about. I like that.
I look at
I like
Harlan
that.
like, we tried. We really tried.
Well, and if it's really, outrageous, it might inadvertently strike terror into the hearts of those who might.
We're
It
not
could.
trying to
It could be
So
so
I-
crazy,
Terror
people would
here,
just have a heart
Vermont.
attack looking at you.
We're trying to
Yeah,
lay low.
cool.
You hear a
Come on.
cough behind you, and one
Oh.
of the cowled monks are there. Would you like to join us for meal? It's free.
Yes.
You can have whatever you wish. You don't
Did
have
you say
to.
it's free?
I'm so hungry.
Yes, it's provided to
Brilliant.
all who visit.
All I've eaten
in.
is poop.
2, please.
Wendell's stomach is
And-
like, he's like, yes, I would not pass up a meal. Thank you
He
very much for
just
the
put
offer.
points you in the direction of basically the the chow line. There's no one standing there. You just walk through and there's a selection of different vegetables and fruits.
Do they look
Pinterest
weird?
gets
Are they?
No.
Or do
Everything.
they look like regular vegetables we recognize? Like,
They-
how
they
much have
look-
fruits and vegetables changed in 800 years?
It's the
There are a
Cucumber
few-
Festival.
There are a few vegetables you don't recognize.
Ooh,
Some
interesting.
leafy plants you might not recognize. But it's just like when you see. It's like when you
Salad
see
bar.
what corn used to be versus what we eat now.
Yeah.
You could tell it's corn, but it doesn't look like any corn you've ever had.
Mm.
And you could tell these are grown here. They are, they look like they just came out of the garden this morning. They smell wonderful. There are some that have been cooked. It looks like they've cooked them in some oils and they've made salads, and there's lots of different things that you can have there.
Wintress
Cool.
gets a plate that's like bigger than she is because she's 3'2",
Mm-hmm.
and she just piles it with food. And
Just-
Igor
gets
looks
a-
at that as a challenge
yes,
and tries to pile a plate bigger.
and she
I
goes
tell
and she like
Igor
finds a
one plate.
table.
Or guests.
She finds a table and she like puts her plate down, and then she goes back and she in Draconic, she's like, "Okay, Elviron, what do you want?" And she just piles because it's all
Mhm.
vegetarian, and Elviron's not a vegetarian.
No, and
So
in Draconic's like, you're doing this to me again.
I'm sorry, like I'm
Like-
not the vegetarian one. They are.
Look, just
I
pick
can
one of the mouth breathers that you're with, sacrifice them to my dinner.
I can't do that. Like, I'm trying to make new friends. That's the whole reason why we, just after we stumbled through, we decided to stay here because we wanted more
Look,
friends.
What about the strange one in the weird clothing? Look, he's
one?
got a ghost arm on one side. Take the other arm. I can munch on that for a day.
Can you munch on the ghost arm? You should try that.
No. The good arm on the other side.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
sure
should
he'll get-
see if you can munch on the ghost arm. Like,
You can't hear. They're talking in Draconic. So,
Uh-huh.
so yeah, that's going on right now. Elviron is not happy about the more vegetables.
in common, I'm like, Wendell, do you have more of like that jerky stuff? Like a bunch of it that
let me check, and I'll go into Howl's bag, and I will
He
pull
probably
out
has a ton.
a lot more. I'll pull out a big old like enough to fill up a plate full of jerky.
Elviron comes over, grabs it, and then just walks over to the table and starts just gnawing on it.
Yes.
Hmm.
And
Then
then
Wendell eats Like he's
Wintress
been
begins to-
starving.
Same
It's
thing.
been hours.
Wintress packs away food. And like as she's eating, she's talking. And she's like, you know, when you're in the Feywild, you should not accept food from people you don't trust. Like that is a bad time. Like I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was wild and it was a crazy time, but it ended up being a bad time. Don't do it. Like you can accept food from like the Gilsines, do that. That'll be fine. But like anybody else, unless you trust them, don't accept food.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to take you guys to a demon party. Like, ugh, it's so good.
I'll take your word for it.
After we finish our meals, I suggest we follow those condiments. They seem to be leading somewhere important.
All right.
Condiments?
Condiments? We can put condiments on our food?
Where's the mustard going that we need to go
What's mustard?
follow it?
It's a condiment.
Pretty sure that's mustard.
There are wires leading.
Conduits.
So I don't think
Mustard
I
wires?
like mustard. Mustard's gross.
No, not condiments. Wires.
You know this.
Is that a food?
Conduits?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, it's so loud in here, and I'm buffet dining, so I'm
I
really
imagine
distracted.
it's not loud at all.
It's literally silent. You guys are the only people making noise in here right now.
It's the sound of Igor chewing. It's
That is
deafening.
Okay, that-
quite
that is
loud.
noisy.
Condiments.
Especially if he's sitting right next to Igor. Yeah, he's gonna have a hard time hearing anything.
And,
Try not to
and
watch him eat. It makes me. physically
Elvira
sick.
is growling as she's eating her chunk of dried meat.
Wintress sees, like, is Igor, like, shoveling food down?
Oh,
Always.
yes.
Wintress, like, locks eyes, and then I want to make, like, a competition out of it.
Okay.
Oh, good luck.
It's gonna be con save versus con save. This is gonna be
Okay.
a competition. I'll pick up his sheet as soon as I find it.
Wintress
right.
does not have good con.
Okay. Well, that
But a
okay.
natural 20 will do it.
Oh,
For-
All right. So
21.
go ahead. Did you already roll yours?
Yes.
Okay.
natural 20 for 21. Wow, that is a low con.
I don't. Wow, I
think
don't
Wendell
see
has
it.
more con than you.
Oh, I rolled my physical dice. You want me to
Oh,
roll? I
okay.
can-
No,
I can
that's
roll
fine,
and
that's
roll
fine.
20.
No, that's perfectly fine. Okay, yeah, you beat Igor, hands down.
She, like, throws her fork down and goes, ah! Just in the middle of this
Dead
dining hall.
quiet dining hall.
The dead quiet.
I imagine if Igor were here, he might be impressed and start to develop a small crush based on previous interactions with Howl.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yes. I imagine that is also happening.
We'll
You
leave
see
that
him
with
looking at you
Igor.
differently.
This
Wendell.
tiny 3'2".
Yes, I'm eating a
Be-
large quantity, but at a polite rate.
Oh man.
Yes. You look at this competition, and both Wintress and Igor are sitting across from each other, and that's why this was such a fun competition.
Mhm.
Literally, Wintress ended up eating food off of Igor's plate because he was so slow. But when you look, you notice that there's slight similarities. And like the structure of the face, the eyes, you see a little bit.
That's
Similarity.
really weird because she's not an orc and neither is my brother.
Just saying,
Hmm. Yeah, he'll
see
make
that
a
there's
note
some-
of that.
some similarities.
Could be cousins. Wintress has a lot of siblings.
That's just something that comes to you. Like,
I think he shudders. Like, huh.
yeah, I figured that. Yeah, like she keeps
Like
talking
that's the
about this-
creepiest thing in this whole monastery right now. is-
Yeah, the real body horror is that.
Yeah.
All right, so the rest of dinner goes fine. Most of the monks are. There's monks
It's a pleasant
coming in and out.
breakfast. We're like,
Yeah, everyone's just coming in and out. They eat when they're hungry, and the kitchen is kept running. It seems like all day as long as you're there.
interesting.
Was there anything else you'd like to do while you're at the dining hall?
I just want to observe, to see, just how many people come in and out for breakfast, and do they eat it there? Do they take it with them? Like, just watch
Some
it.
do. They keep their cowls down the entire
Mhm.
time.
Okay.
So it's the food's just going in and disappearing and coming out. You know, there's some people walk out, take their food with them. Some
Cool.
stay and eat.
All right.
But they do sit away from you.
Well, I don't blame them.
It is quieter on the periphery of
point.
your group.
Yes.
Weirdos.
I think Harlan's going to put up his head.
Wendell
Okay.
does not want to be mistaken for a monk, and thus he will not. It's the last thing he needs is going. Oh yes, Brother Hassenpfeffer.
Hey, don't count out membership. It has its privileges.
He's already a
Having your
member of
face
so
ripped
many
off.
things, though. Like the Prism of Power. Which it's taking a lot of restraint for him to not leave pamphlets in the dining hall, but it would probably be rude.
Could break the time-space continuum.
Leave
That
pamphlets.
too. But it's really tempting.
Okay.
And I think after we all eat, we put our plates, if they take plates somewhere, we put all our dishes where they're supposed to go, and
Yes.
then go out and follow the conduits that Harlan is interested.
Okay. Well, the conduit from this building connects to all the others, and then you see it go up and over the ridge to a pyramid on the plateau above you. And then you see it kind of follows into another building. It connects to the central building, and then you see it branches off and goes over the top. There seems to be a path that goes all the way towards the right over here. But you don't see anything going beyond that. You can't really see what's behind it, even though you can kind of tell there's something here now from this view. You wouldn't be able to see that now.
I think the power source is beyond that building there.
Possibly. Is this... Never mind. He was going to ask, is this all for the sake of your airship version 2.0? But he does not... he realizes, yes, that is totally what this is. Well, shall we go to the right then and investigate this?
As long as
Nice.
there's no...
So,
As
keep
you're
away
heading-
signs, yeah.
As you're heading that direction, you're stopped by a pair of cowled monks right here
Oh, okay.
that
We'll
ask
leave it
that you
there.
do not go beyond. They
Yes.
don't say it. They're like, I'm sorry, you aren't allowed beyond this
Ooh.
point.
Of course, thank you.
It is the private domicile of the Grand Master.
Ooh,
I'm
of course.
In?
I'm sorry?
Is the Grandmaster in?
The Grand Master is in the Central Abbey.
Oh, of course.
Would you like us to take you there?
We will make our way there very soon, I assure you.
Very well.
Right, Harlan, well, that was
Hit the
an
snack bar.
interesting dead end.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Lamont, what?
I think Lamont is casing it, and then he's like, "We're gonna hit the snack bar."
You can't really case it because it's like
It's pretty
several
far away.
hundred meters
Yeah.
away
way,
from you.
it's way away, right? They
Uh-huh.
probably
If you look on the screen, you can see
yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah,
you're located here.
it's way
It's
over
over
there.
here.
Yeah, and so we're just. I know he's been unconscious, and I've been away. We're floating on a giant rock.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
It's an old
And this-
ship.
it's the remains of an old planar ship.
Of an old planar ship. And is it screaming clear that this whole thing functions as a religious
Well, it's called the Monastery
Complex?
of the Distressed Body.
the whole thing is the monastery of the distressed body.
That's what you. Yes, you see cowled monks everywhere. You haven't seen anyone that doesn't look like a monk.
Just out of
Okay.
curiosity, about how many monks have we seen so far? Ballpark guesstimate.
Minimum
There's a
of
big
100.
difference. Okay, because, if we piss them off, I'd like to know how many mad monks there are here. Not that I'm planning on pissing them off, but if it happens, I would like to know what we're up against.
You know that you've seen about 100 now.
Cool, that's fine.
They don't
Good
look
on-
very martial at this time. I
Mhm.
mean, they just look like monks.
Well, are there any of these other buildings of interest to you?
Well,
think we
the
should perhaps
all
Check
of
them
this
out.
place is of interest to me, but
Well, then let's walk about a little bit more. We'll just check out these two side areas, and then...
Okay, so you head that direction.
Yep.
All
It's on the way.
right.
And And then we can check out that other one, and then we can go to meet the Grey Master. Be fine.
I am taking notes of virtually everything I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you come to this building, when you walk inside, you see that it is a complex of dormitory cells, each one containing only a bed, a trunk for personal effects, and a table. All of them are crafted with spare parts and scrap parts from the complex mechanical detritus you find all across the island. It's just like everything else you've seen that's built that doesn't look like it was originally part of the function of the planar ship. They have some, they have residual buttons and dials. There's meters that aren't operating. The walls are covered in graffiti, suggesting a steady series of new and different residents over a long.
Ooh, what's some of the graffiti say?
Like Kilroy was here kind of thing, but just different names.
Yeah.
There's some dates going back, a couple hundred years.
Interesting. Okay.
Nothing all that outstanding. You do see a group of 5 monks hanging out in kind of like a common area here. There's one of the ones in the more ornate robes. They're just sitting and chatting in the dormitory area.
I want to pick up one of these pieces of metal on the ground.
Okay, well, you find them. You find some here and there outside. What would you like to do with it?
Is it any metals I've seen before?
No.
Ooh.
I'll pocket a piece of it.
Okay.
An ingot's worth.
Okay. I mean, it's much lighter weight than you would imagine. Like if you picked up the piece and it feels much like it's missing mass, but you see it there. So.
This metal seems to have properties I haven't seen before. I'm going to need to perform some tests on it.
Of course.
We should continue.
Of course. Would you like me to pick up pieces as I see them for you, Harlan?
Whatever you can store.
As you reach this location,
Pat my snack satchel, which is my satchel of carrying.
You see 2 cowled monks standing in front, and they do not allow you entry. I'm sorry, you can't come in here.
Sorry.
It's not allowed. I'm gonna have to ask you to vacate the premises. And you hear a scream from inside.
Oh, of course. Sorry.
Oh my God, is that the party room?
Yes, it's a private party inside.
I hate private parties.
Winters, you do hear flapping from inside as well.
Like wings?
Like the things you saw in the corners.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Have a lovely day. We are just walking the grounds.
Yes. You should speak with the Grandmaster.
You'll do just that.
Right.
As we're walking away, we're just like, we're not even gonna try to sneak into the party.
Perhaps when we
Let's
see
have
what the
the fun.
Grandmaster's about, we can see about sneaking in places afterwards.
But definitely the party room.
That was a scream.
Yeah. Of a good time.
Sneaking into the party room as soon as
possible.
All right. Well, maybe you can talk to the Grandmaster about it.
Why would you talk to someone about sneaking into their party?
Well, you
That's
could
like
ask
a
me about
bad
being
idea.
invited to the party.
That
It
takes
is a
away half the
private
fun.
party, an exclusive event, which
it takes away half the fun of sneaking into it.
I think getting kicked out is also not very fun.
Have you ever been kicked out somewhere? Oh my God, it's so fun.
Winterlong is right.
Wintress.
Sorry, right.
Mm-hmm.
What she said. She's right.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go talk to the big guy. If only thing to take the measure of whatever's heading up this outfit. And then I'm ready to take this place apart like a watch. You just give me the high sign.
What's a
Because 100 robed goons wandering around this big rock. This place has its pants around its ankles as far as I'm concerned. I'm ready to rock. Y'all just let me know.
We'll let you know.
Wait, are we robbing this place?
You bet your ass we
Oh.
are, right? Is that
Oh
what
my
we're
god,
doing?
I've
What are we doing?
never been a
Lamont.
part of a heist before.
Lamont,
this is so
we're
exciting.
we're trying to find Brumsandi, the person who builds the machine that telepathically, the guy that builds the machine that destroys the world in the future. We're looking for him,
Yeah,
so
well,
that
we
our
might
world
have to
doesn't
take
get
the parts.
destroyed. But the
Okay,
parts
okay.
probably aren't here. He's probably moved on, or he is here, and the Grandmaster can lead us directly to him, maybe.
I don't know. This heist idea, Harlan's trying to dig.
It's like, what are we gonna? We're gonna heist the island.
Well, not necessarily the island.
You know this island is still
Artifacts.
at least here in the future. This is out of character. Because this is the monastery, I assume, that they send people from the Thieves Guild to. From time to time. The question is this island still floating in the future? Or is it at the bottom of the canyon? Anyways, let's carry on.
All right, which one of these two buildings do you go to? Because I saw the token go to both of them.
Oh, I was at the crossroads and then went to... This one looks like the dormitories again, unless it's different.
It is different. There are guards,
Oh.
but they don't seem to be keeping you out.
Oh, well then
And
maybe we
then-
could peek in that one, because it seems to be on the way. More on the way.
Okay. They don't say anything, but they seem to be they have some of the larger weapons like pikes, hooked pikes here, but they let you go through. The area is lined with box-like metal cells. All are built of the same strange materials you see elsewhere in the monastery. Most of these cells are empty, but here and there you hear shouts and sounds of creatures hammering on the locked doors. You imagine this is a prison.
Interesting. Ooh. Just out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
do we hear any yells in Dwarvish? Ancient Dwarvish? I'm wondering if there's a vampire in a box in a locked room.
No, you don't hear
Okay.
anything like that.
Not here.
Most of it is in common. There is some different languages here and there, but it's just, and then there's some.
Anything
There is
in,
some gibberish.
It's gibberish. Anything in
Lots of gibberish.
deep speech?
No.
Okay, cool. Good. Like, oh, this is lovely. Let's go away from the prison. Why are people locked up here? You know what? Better not ask. Maybe we'll ask the Grandmaster.
Maybe that's part of their ritual.
Perhaps.
So wait, did we decide that we were going to do a heist? Like, that conversation just kind of stopped and you guys stared at each other for a long time. Like,
Oh, we're looking for a person more than a thing, though we would love to steal ideas.
those are good things to steal.
They are.
They're really easy to steal too.
Aren't they just?
That's why, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you see or think of, if you see or hear of any ideas that would be good for us to steal, let us know.
It's fine. Okay. No one will ever steal my ideas.
That's wise to keep them to yourself. But if you see any of theirs floating about,
I'll do my best.
Perhaps papers with schematics on them.
As you enter this building, those of you attuned to magic feel it wash over you.
oh,
And you enter into a massive chamber. This massive chamber is filled with the deafening hum and roar of machinery. Piles of rough rock ore
There
are
you
spread
go.
throughout the area, around which a prisoner work gang toils in the sweltering heat. Smooth metallic columns rise to the ceiling with open hatches set in their sides at ground level. haggard prisoners frantically shovel ore into these hatches, which pulse with a deep red glow, much like the glow you saw underneath.
This is what's
The-
keeping the
the-
ship afloat, maybe. I stand
As you
closer to
watch-
Wintress because she's cooler.
Yes, that does help.
Yes.
As you watch, one of the prisoners collapses from exhaustion.
Oh.
Under orders from the overseer, the well-dressed monks that you saw from here, there,
Mm-hmm.
other workers grab the body and toss it into a corner to wait for a quick and callous disposal.
Ooh. Interesting. What kind of prisoners are these? Just humans? Humanoids?
You just see different races, mostly humans, because that
Okay.
is the predominant
Yes.
race of Tal'Dorei. But there are some. They look like children, but you imagine they're probably halflings.
or gnomes.
There might be an elf in there, but
Okay.
it's hard to tell at this distance. You're kind of up on a walkway looking down into the machinery of this facility.
Prison labor, that's
So-
nothing new.
What are they processing?
Low-grade ore. It just looks like rough-hewn iron that's been mined.
Is there like a monk like nearby?
No, they're all down watching the prisoners.
Oh, it's prison. I just like say out loud, like, and why are these people in prison?
You see cows kind of turn to your direction. There's flashes that you could almost see their faces, but it's hard to tell from this distance. The overseer shakes his head and starts walking in her direction.
Ooh.
It takes him a little while to go up several flights of scaffolding before he arrives.
This must be the manager. Hey, how's it going?
Hello. May I ask what your interest is in our engine room?
Engine room. Is that what we're looking at? Fascinating.
Yes, the engine is quite intriguing. We're hoping to-
Powers the island and keeps it afloat.
Imagine
that way the
Harlan's
Grandmaster can do
furiously
his work.
taking notes.
I love engines, right? We're big
Oh, we
fans
love
of engines.
engines.
In fact, we're in like the engine club of wherever
Have you
we're
met with
from.
the Grandmaster yet?
What's an engine?
He was our next stop. It's a machine
motor.
that does things.
I would suggest
What's a
you make your
machine?
way there.
Like a motor. Right,
Workings
Grandmaster.
Of
Grandmaster
the monastery
Flash.
are not for the uninitiated.
Ah.
No, certainly not. I can't wait for my initiation. Have all these people helping you with the engine, have they been initiated?
These were those who chose not to join our group and
Oh.
did not leave in a reasonable time frame.
Far out. Forced to toil for the rest of their lives on the backbreaking labor of keeping this thing
Others
afloat.
are criminals who have broken our laws.
Oh, so that's why they never come back when the clasp sends them. I don't say this. I just think about the future.
Some have even fallen from the ranks of the initiate.
Ooh.
How does that happen?
You step off of the path given to you by the Grand Master.
Is it like the road outside?
It's more of a metaphorical sort of thing. Are we just-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
I
really just
understand.
speaking
Sorry.
on, you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm not from this plane. Like things.
Yeah, it's obvious.
can
It's
be-
obvious. It's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I see. I have to go through the whole rigmarole where I'm really
Yeah.
curious and all that.
I
You know,
appreciate
but
the understanding.
It's like my second
thank
day
you.
being an overseer, so I'm
Well,
Well, you're doing a good job. Like
Thanks.
very intimidating. Very kind of like
Thanks. Yeah,
off-putting vibe. I'm digging.
I know. I mean, you really should go see the overseer.
Oh,
I mean,
he is our next stop.
I mean, the Grand.
We just
yeah.
want to take a little walk around first, you know, get a good look at the island, you know.
All
Yeah,
right,
we thought it was
no.
okay to come in here because like nobody stopped us. Like they did.
Well, no. Most people don't want to come in here. It's really too hot. You know, it kind of
No,
sucks.
it's fine.
We like
yeah.
it. It's, you know, love engines.
Great.
Yeah, but
What was your name?
I'm Ethan.
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 Yeah.
Far out. What's up, Ethan? That's
Yeah.
cool.
All
All right,
Ethan
well, I think
Farfalling.
I think I see one of those guys down there stealing, so you might want to go.
No, I got my other guy. My other monks are down there. It's fine. Don't you worry about that. All right, so you guys should head on over to yeah.
Any tips for
Yeah.
meeting with the Grandmaster, Ethan?
Like, is there some custom we should do or something? Like bow?
No, just
or
go in. You know,
Say hey.
they'll talk to you, and you do your thing. You make your choices.
Right.
What the hell?
Grandmaster has
supposed
use
to
for us
mean,
all.
Ethan?
I'm sorry?
What's that mean, Ethan? Make our choices? Whether
Wendell's like,
I
yes,
see.
let's keep this guy talking so Harlan has as long of a period of time to look at this engine as he can get.
No,
Choices like-
it's all good. No, I can't say anymore. It's all the mysteries of the divine.
The mysteries of the divine.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. No, I got to get back to work. It was a pleasure
quite
meeting you guys.
intriguing.
I hope to
Yes.
see you guys at breakfast, as initiates. It's great.
Yeah, that's exciting, Ethan. Take care, brother.
Yeah,
Get
you
down
guys, can't wait to see
Stay
you
cool.
with the cows. Everybody gets a cow. It's
Oh,
great.
everyone gets
Yeah.
a cow.
It's definitely a
everyone's-
vibe. I'm here for it.
It is, and I got the good one. With all the
Yeah,
You
clearly.
did.
not as good as the Grandmaster,
But
but
he is a level above the rest.
well, he is the top. So,
Mhm, mhm.
all right, cool, great. I got to get back to work.
Yeah,
Guys have fun
absolutely.
time.
Ethan, take care. Can I talk to you guys outside for just a second?
And Ethan heads back
Certainly.
down.
And we step outside, and I'm like, Harlan, I hope
Drops
you got a
like
good
30 degrees, even
Oof.
even within Wintress's aura.
Hope you got a good look at that engine,
Mentally.
Harlan. I kept him talking as long as I could.
I definitely had a look around, but
Harlan,
Make sure we all know the score here.
even with a natural 20, you would only be able to tell that these are the furnace entrances to they were standing on the engine, feeding
Ooh.
it material.
yes,
So,
there's definitely much more to learn about it, though. And I air my toupee.
Oh my god, your hair isn't real?
What?
You
What
just
could-
lifted it off! Is that a thing that you can do? Oh my god.
I assure
like,
you.
Tugs
it-
at her own hair a little bit. Well, my hair doesn't do that.
It's just not mine.
Whose is it?
That's a good question.
You don't know
It
whose
is a
hair
good
you're
question.
wearing? That's kind of dark. Just a little bit.
it's Harlan, it's actually yak hair from the yaks of the plains of the Iron Authority.
Yeah. Well,
It's the finest combed yak hair, though.
if I tell you something, will you promise not to tell anyone else?
I would never betray your trust.
It's actually yak hair.
Oh my god, what did Yak do to Okay, she doesn't know what a yak is. Oh my god, what did Yak do? How did you get his hair? Or their hair? I don't know who they are.
It's a creature that
Oh. So
lives.
Yak isn't like somebody's name.
It could be,
That's
but
fair.
not this yak.
Not this one. So this Yak is a creature. Like, is it like Elviran? Is it? Oh my god! Is it a dragon?
It's more
Or
Do
like
you have
a
hairy
cow?
dragons here?
closer to yes, a cow.
Okay, yeah, we have cows.
This is easily the coolest conversation this group of people has ever had. I'd just like to really quick confirm that we're
Yes.
about to murder every one of these motherfuckers.
I
aren't we?
don't
Right? the
think that's
plan.
what we're
What?
going to
Why?
do,
We're gonna be
Lamont.
up all night cutting throats. Am I wrong? Because these
I
people
think
are
you are
obviously nuts.
wrong.
And when we go talk to the big guy, he's going to ask us a question. And if we say no, we're going to be down there digging holes, keeping
No,
this
no,
thing up in the
that's
air. And
not-
I say,
We said
fuck that
what
did
noise,
you
Jackson.
We just have
What?
to leave.
Yes, we'd have to leave immediately after if we don't join the little club.
Say, Frank, can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Lamont's not triggered spiritually because those people aren't innocent, right? They made their choices, right? Should I be like nuts right now, or am I like okay?
Your spirit of vengeance is having a bit of a time right now because you can't rightly tell that anyone is here against their will.
Right.
Yeah, and we are at a
That's what I'm picking up.
monastery.
And you know that this is a monastery, and so your spirit of vengeance is a little confused because every other holy place you've been to, it has been
Yeah.
Here,
Right.
you don't feel that.
Okay. Did Ethan have no face?
Did you look underneath his cowl?
Well, I would like to think so. I mean,
Because they're pretty low. They literally are down, and you'd have to like go up.
Wintress is
underneath
the
and-
easiest person to look under cowls. Due to her
Right, but she's
height.
been floating 4 feet off the ground the entire time, so it's just
Yeah.
like anyone else. Now you've already seen
Okay.
one of their faces.
Okay. So when we went 8th level, I got a feat,
Uh-huh.
and I took actor, right?
Okay.
And I've seen this movie where I don their outfit and I infiltrate their ranks and I get somewhere. But I think Lamont, for the first time in a long time, is like anxious because this isn't a city like where the
No,
rules, where
it's a
there's
cult.
good and
I
bad,
mean,
there's
club.
law and order and crime and punishment. This is a weird cult rock floating in the sky.
And we're on their cult rock. They didn't come to our town, and this is
Right.
800 years in the past, so we really shouldn't murder every one of them because that would change history.
So I really think he like bends over and takes his goggles off and rubs his temples for a second. He's like, all right, hold on. I'll just take back the whole throat cutting thing. Let's just think about this for a second.
Here, eat
Because
this.
I'm here to tell you. What?
So while he was
I'm dead.
like,
I don't eat anymore.
You don't eat?
No, I don't eat anymore. I haven't had to eat or drink.
Well, here, it's a berry. You should try it. It's very good.
All right, fine. And I
Did you
eat
say it's very good?
It's very,
Very
good. It's
good.
the very best.
it. Very delicious.
And it's just a good berry.
And for anyone did not notice, Wintress did ask, do you have hairy dragons in your land? Like,
She did ask
that
that.
cracked me up. Do you have hairy dragons? And that
We have
conversation.
hairy
I just
dragons
point
on this plane?
Yeah, I thought that was great. So yeah, you have a good berry and you feel refreshed. I mean, you
I'm
haven't been
quite
hungry
refreshed.
or the need to eat, but yeah, you feel refreshed.
It's mostly like breaking bread with this person that I like don't hate. You know, like,
I mean, it's just
she's
like she gave you a blueberry and you ate it out of just like
Okay. That's great.
out of
Lightness.
necessity because she's forcing you to. And
Right. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let me just pitch a little idea for you, but towards you guys before we go see the big guy. So we're trying to get closer to this scientist or whatever that's later on going to fuck everything up. So what if I don their outfit? I'll invade their ranks. I'll sneak in. I'll take the guy lunch or something, and we can skip like 5 steps here because otherwise you're gonna have to go up to the big guy. He's gonna ask you whether you want to be a psycho cult motherfucker on this rock for the rest of your life, and you're not gonna say yes, theoretically, unless you are. I'm just offering some ideas here. Just seems like a good way for me to be useful.
Or a very good way for you to get, he did say there were some criminals. Perhaps it is illegal to try to see some of the things they don't want us to see, and they will just imprison you in that prison where the non-happy cold shovelers seem to be.
Yeah, that would suck.
Wouldn't it? We don't know what questions there are going to be had. Perhaps there is a choice for just a pilgrim seeking knowledge. Or perhaps we can just ask, which way did Brumsandi go? Where do you know where the city of... It's on the previous page of my notes.
On 3.
The city that we're supposed to be going to, yes.
Quillanthry.
Quillanthry, yes. Which way to Quillanthry, and then be on our merry way.
I like
I mean,
that plan. Shoot
directions
straight
could be
with the guy.
incredibly helpful. I think so.
I'm on board with that.
Who are all these people you're talking about?
So Quillanthry is a city that we're trying to get to, and Brumsandi is a person that we're looking for.
Is he another
The one-
friend you
the one-
lost?
No, not exactly a friend. He's the person who stole that lovely Gynosphinx's name. We'd love to get her name back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do remember having that conversation with her.
It would be the decent thing to do,
It would. It would suck to have your name taken away. I've had mine
Wouldn't
taken
it
away
just?
twice, and
Oh,
I'm not a
goodness.
fan.
Well, see, this is why we have to find Brumsandi. Make them answer for some things that they've done, or
Mhm.
we'll do.
Mhm.
And Brumsandi's heading to Quillanthry, which is a city, so if we can't find them along the way, we'll find them in the city. But we don't know exactly where the city is, because, we're new to this area, so perhaps the Grand Master knows. Give us directions.
Does that name ring a bell with me?
Quillanthri?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I figured. Just might as well ask. Okay. Well, I have nothing better to do, so I'm just gonna follow you guys, if that's okay.
That's certainly fine.
At least until we have to sneak into the private party. Because then I'm definitely doing that.
Right. Well, let's go speak with the Grand Master.
All right, so you guys head to the Central Abbey. As you get close, you see the massive pair of doors that were closed that enter into the Abbey slowly start to open. They open into a long nave. Rows of balconies line the walls, occupied by a couple of dozen hooded monks, seemingly come to watch the audience about to take place.
Oh dear.
At the far end of the nave, a throne resembling a twisted metal captain's chair rises from a metallic dais backed by an ornate arch.
Charming.
There sits the Grand Master of the distressed body. And before I read his description, I'm going to show you a picture.
Oh boy.
Boom. A bone devil,
Oh!
flanked by two massive bodyguards.
Wonderful.
The Grand Master wears a patchwork leather robe and a gleaming crown, and it carries a scepter with an odd crystal bumps and metal flanges. With its other hand, the devil taps the arm of the throne, showing off nails set with gleaming metallic shards. The closer you look at this patchwork leather robe, you notice that it is made up of faces sewn into the robe. Welcome, the Grand Master says. We get so few supplicants here of your obvious experience and skill. You should do well in service here at the monastery. But will that service be with the strength of your bodies or the strength of your minds? Well, 1 second, I need to take care of something. You two, that, and you see the two bodyguards go off stage for a second, and they come back dragging in a cowled monk. I just have to take care of this one thing. You surprised me. I thought you'd come here earlier, and I've been waiting all day to get rid of this guy.
Oh, no,
All right.
please. Just
Bartholomew, you have been charged with disobeying every single frickin' thing I've ever told you to do. You have a mind of your own, and I can't have that sort of thing. So, yeah, like that. And he snaps his feet, and the two bodyguards pull out these strange glowing weapons, and they just swing
like
at the same time at two different
legally
angles.
distinct lightsabers.
And no, they are not. They are not lightsabers.
I said
They might be
distinct.
legally distinct vibro blades, possibly,
Oh,
but
okay,
not
legally
but
distinct
not
vibro
lightsabers.
blades. Cool.
And they
okay.
eviscerate this guy right there. And the Grand Master's just like, wonderful. Well, it's better every time I see you do it.
Interest is like
Now,
confused.
where
about
were
clapping.
we? Welcome.
Ah, yes, hello.
Oh my God,
Grand
hi.
Master.
Yes. Oh,
We've
come
heard
on in.
so much about
They'll
you.
clean that up in a minute. Just don't step in it.
Right, yes, we'd hate to track that all over your wonderful floors.
Oh no, it cleans up fine. I just don't want to ruin your clothing
Oh,
before
thank you.
Yeah, well, never mind.
Sorry.
So,
Yes. Well,
thanks for coming. You want to join? That's what. Yeah, you're going to join.
Well, actually, we were hoping we could beseech your wonderful little
For
place
admission,
here.
yes, great. Yes, you
For
all
some
can be monks.
information.
Oh, no. See, I don't do that.
No,
I'm great. I'm the
we heard
grand.
monastery,
I'm the Grand Master.
and we assumed
Hi.
repository of knowledge, as most monasteries we've been to.
I mean,
are.
sure, there's some knowledge. Okay, fine. What do you want to know? I mean, I'll trade it for your eternal servitude. How about that?
Oh, unfortunately, my soul is already spoken for.
I don't need your soul. I want your body.
Ooh, oh dear. Well,
Oh God, no, not in that way. Good Lord. I mean, look at me. I don't need that.
Plus, you're the Grandmaster.
I am the Grand Master. Who
I
are
have
you?
a question.
Yes. What's your question?
Group.
My background grants me the feature court functionary.
Okay.
Ooh.
My knowledge of how bureaucracies function lets me gain access to the records and inner workings of any noble court or government you encounter. You know
Okay.
who the movers and shakers are, whom to go to for favors you seek, and what the current intrigues of interest in the group are.
Okay.
Can I use that? Is there anything here that I can
Yes.
tell?
You
That will
can
help
tell
us?
that this is this is not a court of any type that you've ever seen. This is a theocracy sort of setup where there's one person in power and everyone does what it says.
Okay.
And it's this bone devil looking thing.
Okay. And I don't gain any insight on how to manipulate the system.
You would imagine in a situation like this, you've dealt with functionaries like this and little minor despots in the Feywild. They believe they are the most powerful. If you play to their vanity, their narcissism, they will more than likely look upon you kindly.
Okay.
Challenging this person is probably the worst possible thing you could do.
Okay.
Unless you're just going to beat him down and kill him.
Yeah. Which I don't want to fight a bone devil.
We could fight a bone devil, but that would also change history. We probably shouldn't
Yeah.
fight the bone devil.
So Wintress has been like floating this whole time. She's gonna kind of like very subtly move over to like Wendell's ear
Mm-hmm.
and purvey this information to him.
Ah, yes. You see, your magnificent Grandmaster. We humble travelers were wondering maybe if you had seen the somewhat arrogant individual known as Brumsandi.
Oh, him! Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, Brahmi. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It was great. I took this
Was
whole
it?
place from him. It was
Did
great. He
you?
thought he was going to use it as a laboratory. He set up some little crap somewhere. It's but yeah, I tricked him, exiled
Good
him.
for you.
Hey, sent him on to some place called Qualantri or something like
Qualantri.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's this little, it's a shithole up north
Really?
a ways. Yeah,
We're just like
yeah.
up north. We have a direction.
Yeah, it's up north a
Yes.
ways. Yeah, it's hard to get to. He probably died on the way. I don't know.
Probably.
It's been
Yeah.
great, and I
We
got my place. I
Traveled
started a
all this way
monastery.
to try
It's
and
going
kick
cool.
his
I'm-
ass, but
everything-
here you are beating us to the punch.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no, of course. I know exactly what I'm doing at all times. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, we
Yeah.
thought he would be quite a difficult challenge, but I mean, you make it seem so easy. I mean,
Well, I mean, I've got his notes.
really?
Yeah, he left him. I kind of exiled him quick.
Wow. Well, good for you. As you
And it talks
should.
about like his search for Qualantri and all that kind of stuff. It's
Oh.
all just mumbo jumbo. I don't really care too much about it, but it's back
Yes.
there. I'll let you see it for a modest fee.
Oh, and what would this modest fee be, perhaps?
Now, all of your magical items and 1 year of service from that guy, and he's pointing at Lamont.
1 year of service from that guy.
That guy.
Hmm.
Or I'll take the other one with the yak hair toupee. That's really nice yak hair, by the way.
No one's been named.
Yeah, I'm the Grand Master. Come on now, I can
You-
tell a yak
you-
when I see it.
Oh, the Grand Master.
You have a keen eye.
Do I get
Keen
the
brain,
impression
too.
that he knows what's like in these notes, or does he basically just consider them junk?
Look, he seems pretty dismissive about all of it.
Yes. Oh well, I mean,
He also gives you a feeling that he just expects you guys to do what he tells you to, and he's only just kind of
playing,
just-
being playful.
yeah. He's just letting you believe he expects you to do what he says.
Wintress she's gonna produce the other 9 berries that she's good berries that she's got. And she is going to, I would like to make a persuasion roll to
Ooh, like,
convince
have you had
him.
these magical
Yeah.
fey berries?
She's like,
Maybe
she's
all
like,
the-
oh, gracious and powerful Grand Master, I have but a humble offering. These are magical berries from the Feywild that if you eat one, it will refresh you and revive your vitality. They are incredibly rare and incredibly delicious. Could we perhaps I will give you one to try, and then perhaps we could exchange the rest for the notes.
Roll a deception.
Oh, deception.
Or persuasion. You can roll a deception or persuasion, whichever one's better.
Can I have given her a pat of guidance as she steps
No,
forward?
he won't allow magic.
All right, that's fair. He won't allow magic. All right.
I'm gonna do persuasion because it's a +4.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead for it.
Natural fucking 20.
Oh!
For
Okay,
24.
Okay, let me roll his insight. That's a 6.
24 total.
Oh, I thought I had a natural 20. Okay, so that's a 24. This is a 23.
Oh!
So he's like,
That's so close.
well, yeah, I mean, you're just going to give them all to me now, and I might let you see it. I mean, they're mine.
Of course.
They are.
Yeah, give. Yeah, great. Give
She'll
me the-
like fly over and very delicately like put them in his hands.
And when you get
my hand on
close,
my
you
sword.
see his hands look a little off. There's a
not
bit of a
using it?
metallic aspect to them, and his claws are this strange purplish metal that gleams and shimmers.
Wait, I don't
Is
recognize
playing
this
as
metal.
a bone devil?
Give me a.
'Cause that would be the greatest con. Is if he was just
History.
cosplaying as a bone devil.
Give me a
History?
history.
Oh god, I'm not an intelligent.
It's 3 imps in a bone devil suit.
That's a
It's
2.
3 imps in a
A
bone
2?
devil
Okay, you
suit.
don't know. He eats all of the good berries in one.
Okay.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I've had better. So, yeah. So, which one of you are gonna serve me for a year? Thanks for the berries, by the way. They're great. I mean, is Yak Face and or Tall, Dark, and Brooding? Which one?
I'm already serving, somebody. So, it's just not going to work out for me. I was here for
That's
the
not
brooding guy.
We all already serve you, my lord.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
great,
they
great.
all
Okay,
serve-
if you're already serving me for okay, we'll just need you guys
No,
to go
not you,
to-
me. They serve me, buddy. I'm the big one around here. At least in this outfit.
Look,
Not on your floating
you
rock.
came
but-
to my monastery.
We did. Yes.
You're going to
Good.
serve me. That's the way it works. You come here, I stand here and go, look at me, I'm awesome. You guys go, yes, you are.
Yes,
And then
you could because
Yes,
you
of course.
are.
you serve me for a year. Now, you're
Exactly.
going to do that.
I would like to subtly cast silence on the Mont.
Yes, man.
Just
Did you just cast magic?
yeah, he has a tendency. He's not all there in the head, and he has a tendency
I'm fine
to.
with that.
Head
He
boots.
thinks. See, I don't want to offend you because he thinks he's big and bad, and he thinks he's better than everyone. When clearly that's not the case. Clearly that's you. So
Well, yeah.
I just don't
so-
want him to offend you.
So are you just going to agree that you're going to be here for a year, or do I have to like force you? I mean, you guys are staying. I mean, that's just the way it is.
It's a lovely place to stay.
Okay, great. You two escort him to the Leatherworks.
That works.
Could we see
Fun.
the notes? As reading material on the way.
Yeah, once you're initiated, everything will be fine. Do you go? Do you go
I think we
with the
could.
two cowled monks with the big weapons?
No!
They walk up right beside you, and they're like waiting for you guys to start walking.
Dude, you are
then-
not going to cast silence on me, and then these two bastards are going to walk up next to him.
And
I'm not
the
doing
Grand
nothing about
Master's just like, all right, great. I'm really excited about our
Oh,
partnership.
I'm about
here.
to
This
draw
is gonna be a
down.
lot
Y'all
of
better
fun.
do something.
Um,
Thanks, everyone.
I'll
This is great.
telepathically
About to
tell Lamont.
it. Bad.
Weren't you the one who wanted to play along and infiltrate them?
Yes.
And let's do that.
They're
And if
gonna
there's
make-
anything
look
we
at the-
have to sign,
They're
and
going to burn our
telepathically.
faces off.
Oh, hey
Yeah.
guys.
Yes.
I'm gonna need to you gotta leave your weapons.
Oh, I don't have any.
I don't want any accidents. Because the initiation is kind of like it's a really intense initiation process, and we don't want anyone like doing anything that they might,
I don't carry
regret.
any weapons, so.
These are ornamental.
Okay. Look, I don't care. Just put your shit on the ground, okay? Like.
These are ornamental.
Look, you already said you're going to serve me. The
really
oral
not okay
contracts
with
are
this.
binding.
I'm like making eye contact with Wendell,
Dude,
and I'm
having
I'm
made a
going,
contract with a very powerful entity before, do I get the feeling that when he's like, "Yo, these oral contracts are binding," no,
He's bullshit.
he's
He
totally bullshit.
he stamps his feet. He's like,
Uh-huh.
I told you to do something. Now do it.
You did. It's just interesting. I told you my soul was spoken
Are
for.
you still talking? Look, if they don't go with you guys, kill them. I'm tired of this. You're wasting my time. You came here to join me. This is it. Let's go.
Yes, the contract though. You said our oral contract was
Oh
binding.
my
I
God.
don't
And
feel our
looks over
contract.
at
I just wish
Harlan.
to
This
feel
would never shut up.
the binding contract between the two of us, That's what I came here seeking, your magnificent grandmasterness. I mean, the contract, I
You see him
desire to
step
feel
back.
it.
He's ignoring you. He turns. He walks back. He
Mhm.
sits down on the throne. Kill him. And that's where we're going to end
And I
tonight.
shrug. I think it ends with me just shrugging at Harlan like, well, I tried.
Just kill him. All right. Yeah. So
And I
that's
rolled a natural 20, and he did not give a shit.
If we die,
because it's who he is.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
no, I get it, but it fucking hurts.
That was good. That's your second 20 tonight too.
I know, and
That's
it's my
so
new.
good. I'm gonna
it's
have to
my-
have you retire those dice.
No, they're brand new. I just got them today. They're my cloud dice.
All right, so that's where we end up. You guys are in the
But now I
presence
know
of the
he's-
petulant Grandmaster.
Yes.
Love
And now
him.
I know that he's not. Something's off with his bone devilness because there was
Mhm.
not a binding sensation, which Wendell
Mhm.
finds fascinating.
And we'll find out more about his boneness
Mhm.
next week when we come back with everyone. But let's go around now and talk to everyone what they thought about tonight. Tell us where we can find you, what your favorite parts about tonight were, and whatnot. Let's start with our angry little man himself, Lamont Quinlan.
Oh, really? He's 5'10". Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. He is
so-
angry.
Well, and you can't fault him for that, frankly. Somewhere down inside, we all are. Maybe some more than others. Hi, I'm producer Trav. My favorite part of the evening was Becky's new character is rad. We're almost weirder than Lamont, and I like how it slides like under this thing, pushing Lamont and up into this zone of like he finds himself being reasonable, and I think it like pisses him off, and and I just loved it, and also just the look on Harlan and Wendell's face as we move through this thing, and they're both like aware of the implications of this whole thing and how quickly this could all go south, which was exactly where we ended on. It was great. And I also loved Ethan, the cool guard,
Yes.
who and he made management too. Good for Ethan. He made upper management. He's his mother would be proud if he hadn't
Terrible idea.
sacrificed her to the devil or whatever he did. So it's good times. I'm producer Trav. We're playing Aliens on Saturday is the word on the street. I'm excited about that. And we're going to play Ravenloft tomorrow, and Becky's going to be there. And Ravenloft is some shit, folks. I'm telling you, we're going. This is a good jumping off point because we're getting into the end game, and we're throwing furniture across the room, and we're yelling at each other, and it's getting rough. So you got to check it out. I appreciate you. I'm so glad I get to do this. Well done, Frank. See you next time.
All right, thank you. Ethan was a complete surprise. Yeah, Ethan was not part of the game until you said, "What's your name?" or wanted to talk to him. Yeah, so yeah, Ethan.
We'll make an NPC.
Yeah, that's Ethan. Ethan, yeah. Speaking of wonderful people who weren't really planned for when we started this game, let's go with Wintress. Yeah, how was that for you this evening?
That was a blast. This is only my second time playing Wintress, and I'm kind of super loving it because blurt the shit that comes to my brain, and it works. So, you know, it's very impromptu, and I'm not used to that. I play very calculated characters, so, or angrily impulsive, you know. I'm Nagatosaurus. I play Wintress Gilseen, the fairy Drake Warden Ranger, who's learning about this plane with a very strange group of people, so it'll be fun. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays. It's all good. I'm here for it. Mondays and Tuesdays playing our various D&D games, and then on the occasional Saturday when we play Aliens, and possibly in a new project here soon. I don't know what's going on. We'll see. And yeah, my favorite part was talking about Harlan's toupee. That just it was very funny, and like I said, I just word blurted stuff, so I'm here for it. I'm very excited for next week.
Yes, I am as well. Thank you. Yeah, speaking of yak hair toupees, let's go over to Harlan.
Yeah. Yak hair toupee was one of my favorite parts. I also love being introduced to the Grandmaster. Great guy. I hope we have fun destroying him next session. Let's see. I also liked when Wintress. I think it was when we were entering the cafeteria. She said, "All I've been eating for the past
poop."
That just that hit me at the right point. Yes, I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me playing here Mondays, Tuesdays, and the Saturday in our Aliens game. Thank you.
Thank you. Normally we'd be talking with Igor tonight, but unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. Hopefully he'll come back to find out he lost a food eating competition to a 3-foot-tall fairy. I'm sure that won't hurt him at all, but he will fall in love with her. I know that for a fact, or at least follow her around like a puppy dog.
Yep.
I'm going to check myself out now before I pass it on to Wendell. I'm Deception Check. I run this game. I have fun making up NPCs and watching my friends laugh. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time. I also play Merrick Tenpenny, Pirate Monk on Tuesdays, and I'm playing Hank Granger, Blade Runner on Saturday in our Alien game, and trying to finish up another project, getting it going. More words on that soon. And favorite parts, that you guys have hairy dragons on this plane. That cracked me up. I love that. I loved all of that. Wintress interacting with everyone. It's given it kind of like a little bit more of a fresh insight to everyone, and it's shaking things up a little bit and made it a lot more fun. And I appreciate that. Everyone was great. I love how Lamont just falls right back into his, we're going to kill everyone, even though we're completely overwhelmed. And just the action economy alone would probably kill me before I got my turn, but I'm going to fight these 100 bastards, and I'm going to beat their ass. And I love that, and that's great. So let's pass this on to Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer IV of the Havish and Hassenpfeffers, played by Laugh Love Lindy.
That's me. Hi, hello. Yes, 'tis I, Lindy of the Laugh Love variety. Favorite parts from tonight. I liked Wintress and Lamont meeting for the first time, because Wintress is just congenial and happy with everybody, and Lamont is like, I don't know how to handle this, but you're really weird and I'm kind of into it. And like, so it was really great. I loved seeing those two interact for the first time. And Harlan and Wendell being like, trying to keep this train on track. We're doing our best. Which is not a high bar, but it's something we can aspire to. So I thought that was great. Can't wait to kick the Grandmaster's ass next week, hopefully. But yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, I have a fun idea, but we'll see what happens. You can find us here Mondays for Wanderlust and Wildemount, Mondays in Exandria. You can find us tomorrow for Mists of Ravenloft, where Bali may or may not have tried to kill his father figure, Elam, Bali being the 8-year-old NPC boy rogue they've adopted, and drama has ensued, and oh, that's right, more drama's on the way. I forgot you all rolled more drama. I'm so excited. Yeah, This can be great. And of course, on Saturday, definitely come check out Producer Trav in the GM's chair for our once a month game of Aliens, where it's gonna be something. So yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. Till next time.